You purse grubbing pukes. Welcome back to the channel, where we go through comic hauls and stop once in a while to talk about the interiors, art, writing, what we like or dislike. Just show off a little bit of stuff, and if we have anything intelligent or insightful or entertaining, hopefully, or at all, to add, we will do so. So this is from the past few weeks. Some vendors at the flea market, like 3 different vendors, some like less than $1 stuff, a couple bigger things, more like dollar bins. They had a bunch of dollar bins there, dug through quite a bit. And then finishing off, as we usually do lately, with new releases. Some cool stuff in there once in a while. We'll talk about it. Okay, let's go. Right, so it's actually been a dang minute, a few months maybe, since going to the flea market. First vendor went to, of course, is homie Dan at Mad Cat. Unfortunately, he was saying he's like thinking of packing it in. I told him, dude, we'll miss you, but we don't want to like screw yourself over too. He said he's like finding it a little harder to find like supplies of stuff, but or a supplier of like comic books and stuff. But just hope it works out for him. Whatever happens, as I've said before, he kind of has like some of the best dollar bins I've seen around. He had some stuff on hold for me, and yeah, I dug through a bunch of stuff there. It's kind of been like it's just been a while, unfortunately, though, but good to get there again. Okay, anyways, Conan versus Runes, Barry Windsor Smith. Um, cool coloring and stuff. I still haven't read this, so kind of looking forward to it. I think I should probably be reading the Barry Windsor Smith rune before. So, sorry if you got a glance on my pajamas. It's hot outside, so I just like changed into pajamas when I got home into a cold room. Okay. Anyway, surprised to find these. There was some Sam Keith, Marvel Comics Presents Wolverine, because he's got like hot, of course, after the passing, sadly, of Sam Keith. But yeah, these are like minty as well. So putting together like a third set of these at this point, and it's like I have that second set. I'm sure like it would be a steal now if somebody wanted to buy it at the price I had it, but I kind of just want to like find it a good home rather. But yeah, if able to together a third set possibly. This is like Jay Lee also in the secondary. Anyhow, that was Marvel Comics Presents number 88. Here's number 89. Is that like Joe? No, this is Art Adams mojo maybe. Yeah, the Babes too. Showed that before. Number 91. 92, iconic cover, of course. Let's look in a little closer, shall we? Real classic. Okay, John Byrne doing kind of a bit of a like a heavy metal wordless story here, like an adult's one. I can't show this because there's nudity. Actually, in the original black and white, though, she had no bottoms, no knickers on, naughty. But in this, this is colorized, and yeah, there are bottoms added. I don't know where not that it matters a lot. I'm kind of curious where the original is from, though. Could find that out, but yeah, pretty cool. Anyway, a bit of an oddity. Pretty cool comic. This Critical Error. Here's one like Frank Miller Daredevil. It's like you find this everywhere, it seems. Like you can find it in buck bins, you can find it in like full retail Daredevil runs and stuff. So this must have made the rounds. Like I don't know if it's like this in your geographic area, but yeah, this issue it seems is like pretty prevalent. Daredevil 190. This one has the Barry Windsor Smith cover and also Matt Zucchelli on the interiors, just putting together a run of this stuff. That's Daredevil 217. Some Larry Hama and Mike Deodato Jr. Kind of a odd match, but 90s out Elektra. This is the first, well, I mean, her first ongoing, right? After Elektra Assassin. We're gonna look in here because it's so 90s out. Like, it's kind of like the gratuitous, like, cheesecakiness is, bad cake cheesecakiness is, kind of good. If, you know, depending on your stance on such. And I mean, if it's Larry Hama writing, I'll give it a chance. Number 3, I think I have number 1, but I'm missing number 2 and number 4. Putting together a second or third set of Kitty Pryde and Wolverine. Oh yeah, a friend of mine picked up that second set, so putting together another one, Kitty Pryde and Wolverine number 2 and number 3. Only missing like 1 or 2 now for that other. There's one that like I was like, I get these licensed stuff, and it's like if I don't like it, you could probably like find a good home for it. But this kind of just makes me happy. You get that song in your head too. Muppet Babies. I'll spare you. When your world is kind of weird, wish that you weren't there. Muppet Babies. That song is a Muppet. They have the. If you listen to that song again, it has so many layers. It has more layers than freaking Pulse Boutique, man. There's so many tracks on that. It's a good track. Okay, so looking through here, I was like, damn, I think I'm probably gonna end up keeping this. There's something about it. It makes me. What is it about the Muppet Babies? It's so. There's something so nice about it. And a lot of the time, I guess the adults are almost that Ren and Stimpy like adult with just like the sock garters or something, like nannies, just her lower legs, the eyes of a toddler. This is probably gonna be a hoot. I mean, like, I'll be surprised if it won't. The cartooning is so good, actually. Why is it so nice? I don't know what it is about this. It's so good. Look, what the hell's going on there? He's electrocuted, but he's full with a bunch of junk. Gonzo. Baby Gonzo, even. That baby voice of Gonzo. Everything's great. Okay, the Silverhawks toys, they always broke, right? I'm gonna go on tangents. We're just trying to move fast. Neil Gaiman and Charles Vess. Stardust. Who knows? I like Neil Gaiman though. Or I mean Charles Vess, that is. Yeah, I never liked him. You know what? I never liked Neil Gaiman. I never trusted him. No, I like Charles Vess. I never really clicked with Neil Gaiman. But you know what? Nowadays, the more I find out about him, maybe I should give him a chance. Moving on. Okay, Sim Kiko, you were talking about Gene Colan doing romance, and actually, this is a cool find. This was actually in a $2 bin. It seems pretty hard to find like Marvel and DC romance comics, but Love Story number 27. This opens up with a Gene Colan and Bill Everett. Holly Reznikoff is supposed to be like based on a true story too. We're gonna just flip through here because it's pretty groovy art. Let's using photo reference maybe, I'm not sure, or like pausing a movie or something even. It's pretty damn cool. And there's some other creators in here too. Pretty groovy, like the foreground and stuff too. I'll try not to, okay, who is this? This is kind of nice. There's no credit on this one, but I'm sure I could look it up. But I'm just glad to find, like, this is a good price. I love how this isn't like beat up. The staple's not detached. Okay, we got some Stan Lee and Jack Kirby in here too. So I imagine this is like a reprint of something earlier. For the love of Ricky Wilson. Yeah, that grid layout as well. Yeah, there's like the corners a little just like that. There's a little bit of writing, but that's all the stuff that I'm fine with. Like, I like that it's not ripped or falling apart or anything, but I would still take it for I like buying my romance cheap. I'm not really looking for high grade. Well, I'm just looking to spend little money. Okay, so he was holding this set for me of Dead Again. I was actually piecing these together like one issue at a time, finding them for years, but since he had the whole set, it's like, okay, easy to do, like less than $1 each. Dead Again number 1. Who's excited for that new Dead Man series coming out? I hope it's good, man. That'll be a bummer if it's not. Dead Again number 2. Number 3. I guess it's by the Ice Cream Man team, which is interesting. Dead Again number 4. Number 5. What else here? There's another little set of like prestige format he was holding for me. Alien Legion, One Planet at a Time, book 1. And Alien Legion, One Planet at a Time, book 3. Missing number 2, but I actually might have that already. And a trade paperback of Batman Year 100. Already have it, but like for $1, you know, I'll find it a good home. Okay, next vendor. Yeah, this is pretty fun. Pretty fun read. Next, I checked out Wally's booth. He had this Daredevil 174. I'm trying to get all the Frank Miller Daredevils. This was priced at $10, which is pretty good, but it is a little bit like wonky. Like on the cover, it's just like a little wrinkly, or like it got like a little bit wrinkled or something. The interior is all nice though. So for a tenner, that's pretty good. Just trying to get all these. This is the first appearance of the Hand, and the Phallus Invictus, third appearance. Sorry guys, just messing around. But yeah, trying to get all these Frank Millers, and as well, originally started getting all the like Silvestri and Jim Lee X-Men from growing up. But now going backwards, trying to get like all the Claremont stuff, kind of just like moving backwards a little bit. Uncanny X-Men 139. Yeah, this priced at $20. It does have this little thing here. This is like a pretty decent price though. I mean, I'm not really like looking for, I'm just looking for like good deals, I guess. I'm not really looking to spend like crazy amounts of money. But I was like, hey man, would you take $5 off for both these two? So yeah, he did that. We always got to feel like we're willing and dealing a little bit. So let's go. Okay, last at the flea market, hit up String Bean Comics. They have a bunch of, well, they have like $2 bins, but they often say like, well, that day was one time as well where they were like, okay, they're all like $1 each if you get a bunch. Pardon me. So yeah, I had to dig through all those. It turns out as well. Remember at the C4 big Comic-Con a few weeks ago or like a month ago, I was chagrined to hear that they had like a ton of dollar bins, but they were in like a weird room, like off the main room that like nobody really knew about, so I didn't get to look through them, but they all ended up there. So some favorite like 90s creators, I didn't even know they did this stuff. Warren Ellis and John McCree on Batman Legends of the Dark Knight Part 1. The story is called Infected. And Part 2. Often these aren't like right next to each other. You kind of dig through everything to put these together. This is cool, man. Garth Ennis in the beginning of 1997 doing Batman Legends of the Dark Knight Freakout Part 1 of 3. Let's take a look in here because I was actually really entertained by this. I was digging it. I kind of like when these guys are a little bit constrained and like they have to like reel it in, because it seems like they focus a little more. It's kind of like they say like limitation is the mother of invention or engineering or something. I forget what the fuck it's saying is, but it's kind of like by reining it in, it's like fucking tight. It starts with these two like it seems like cops, but it turns out they're private investigators going to this drug house as a raid, and they just start shooting it up. Like it just opens up with an action sequence, Garth Ennis action sequence. You jerks, what the hell's that? Show the merchandise down the John, all of it. Look, it's like a trap house and they have a Pearl Jam poster. Is that what is that what junkies or like people in trap houses are freaking grooving to Pearl Jam? Damn, that's rough, man. Shoots this guy in the face, shooting all these people up. Yeah, because Legends of the Dark Knight is a little bit more, what's the shit called? Like mature readers, right? He's using him as a human shield. One of the guys from the house there too. Batman was about to take out some like purse snatchers or muggers or something, but then he hears that shooting from blocks over and makes his way over. That's a pretty funny scene there too. Yeah, these like 1-page to 3-page scenes are wicked. Yeah, good opening sequence. These PIs or cops or whatever they would seem are pretty hardcore too. Like sometimes like just reining it in, these like kind of throwaway or like one-off characters are actually really good. Yeah, good action sequence, man. I just want to get to, okay, so these PIs are like there and Batman is like chewing him out. He's like, this is carnage. Exactly what kind of psychotic are you? Well, now you're the one in the tights. This answering machine starts catching a message. This is Dougie, leave a message or something. Beep. Like, wow. Like, I thought you'd be in, like, in people. Like, bummer. Holy God. PI says, hearing the message being recorded. His partner says, "Carson?" The message continues, like, I mean, why, man? Did I let you down? I don't remember letting you down, man. This is too much. Oh, I think I'm freaking out completely. You're not in, man. This is a whole new scene, man. I can't handle this. You can just forget it, man. You hear me? Forget it. The vibes are just screwed, man. This is goodbye. Beep. Partner continues, "Snap out of it, Carson. I don't like this." Carson's saying, "This guy who just shot up this trap house, it's him." He's all like paralyzed hearing that voice. It's him. Captain Gordon chews out these PIs, takes like their badges and their credentials, says like, "You guys gotta leave town. I'll give you your credentials and your weapons when you leave town." You're loose cannons. Basically that kind of speech. And yeah, he's saying like, "Okay, fine, fuck." You could tell that Batman was listening out the window too. So Batman's like, he's good. So I was talking about like the throwaway characters, how good it is here. Just this one little scene that you get with these two. "You sure this is the way to the train station?" "I'm sure it's not. I'm not going back without you. I saw you were shocked when that call came through, and I know you're not leaving here without finding whoever it was. You don't want to let me in on the big secret? Okay, you've got your reasons. But no way are you staying in this town without your backup." "Hey, well, thanks." Like they're supposed to be kicked out of town, but his partner is saying like, "I know you heard that voice, and you're like, I could tell that you're not ready to leave." So he says, "Hey, well, thanks. It's, it's kind of a touchy thing for me to talk about, I mean." He like looks away. She says, "It's okay. You hungry?" "Am I ever? Chinese? Pizza. You always show off with the chopsticks." Good characterization, man. They're like just down ass. These just little one-off characters, man. I'm totally in. Nice action too. Okay, so Garth Ennis and Will Simpson, they were the team on the first Garth Ennis Hellblazer story arc, Dangerous Habits, but this is about like a good 10 years later, and Will Simpson really pretty tight on this, man. You get to a point where Batman saves this junkie that's like being interrogated by some other like hoods, and he's gonna save him, but he's like, "You gotta tell me about this guy that I heard on the answering machine." But this guy, he starts freaking out, and he's like, "I've got that feeling I get when I look to the west, and I'm a rock and not a roll. I'm buying a stairway to heaven." And he bails. He jumps off the building. So these two are in a diner. They're getting pizza. They see this other dude there that's like, "We saw that guy earlier." So just walks up to him. Hey, punch him in just wail on him in the stomach. The pizzeria owner's like, "Hey, you guys can't do that in here." She says, "We're police officers on an official investigation." "That's a Visa card. It's even freaking expired." Funny little Garth Ennis bits. Yeah, interrogating this guy, trying to say, where's the, trying to find out where's the guy on the answering machine. Because of this scene here. Somebody emerging from like a red pool. Be cool, man. "It's a well-known fact that 1 in 10 Americans name swimming as their favorite leisure activity. Bummer tonight, all those cats like getting blown away on me. Still, if there's one thing I've learned in the crazy karmaed out vibe I've been grooming off since that night by the Perfume River, life is a trip. But what a trip it's been. The dreams, the visions, the voices that spoke to me, that soothed me, that gave me what I dug so much. LSD 2000, man. That'll take me further, man. That'll give me the answers to the big questions. What is tripping? Is it a voyage inside of the mind, or a glimpse of a world that lies beyond our own? What are the truths in the poems of the Lizard King? Where was he like coming from? And most of all, what does my greatest vision mean? What is Leviathan? I'm the one who's gonna know, man. Not you, man. Me. Dr. Freak. Splash page. Is this a previous Batman villain or a new one? Dr. Freak. Of course, it's gonna take some major cosmic variables all like meshing, man. Gonna take a seriously tripper-friendly atmosphere. Like, for instance, a whole city of cats tripping out all at once would be groovy. Cool that I've got one so close. So he's gonna like dose try to dose all of Gotham with LSD 2000. Yeah, never heard of this before. Garth Ennis and Willis Simpson. That's part 1 of 3. Found part 3, but sadly not part 2. Do I skip directly to part 3 or try to find part 2? Good luck. I got one place I think I'm going to look for part 2. Sorry about all the narration. Gotta, once in a while, you stop though. Stop and look through some stuff. Some more Legends of the Dark Knight. This one by Paul Jenkins and Sean Phillips. Maybe my favorite. Nah, I mean Garth Ennis is the favorite, but it's like saying T-Rex is your favorite dinosaur. You gotta be cool and say Velociraptor or something, right? Or pterodactyl. Paul Jenkins and Sean Phillips. I guess my second favorite team on Hellblazer. Really good. Yeah, we'll look for more of that. Okay, we got part 1 and part 2 of that. That's Legends of the Dark Knight 98 and 99. You know, I've been getting some of the Siren stuff lately. I was like, that's a nice cover. Turns out it was Gam March. Always getting his stuff. Moritat on the art. This is Black Canary number 9. Looks alright, you know. Some of that Moritat does pretty good. Let's find some gratuity here. Legs. Welcome to the channel. Car Warriors number 4. Really looking for these post-apocalypse type of Mad Max mature readers stuff from Chuck Dixon and fuck, I'm sorry, I forget. Is it Phil Winslade? It's like Phil Winslade and Steve Dillon. Looking for number 2 and 3 now. This is number 4. I think it must go up to number 4. More Siren stuff, you know, for like less than $1 or whatever. Just gonna keep going for it. I'm curious about this Dixon and Jim Ballant run. Like I say, like, I mean, it's groovy that he does adults only stuff for us preverts nowadays, but I wish that it was as good as the art as this. Like, it's so dynamic and like interesting back then. Now it's more like 2D planar stuff, but I was curious about this run. I just figured I'd start off, like, dip my toe, rather than getting like a whole whack of them, just get random ones that have cool covers, because I didn't want to like break the bank really or like go too overboard. Catwoman number 15, number 18, number 27. This could be us, but you playing. Sorry guys. Stupid improv jokes. A beast attacking Catwoman there. Catwoman's Secret Files and Origins number 1. Oh yeah, this is all like Brubaker stories with different artists, I think, if I remember correctly inside. Catwoman Future's End number 1. Yeah, this is like for a local shop. Price tags, weird stuff. Okay, this is a favorite one that like from when I was a kid, just because Doc Savage number 1. I don't know what, from DC, I don't know what volume this is. Must be like pretty late because 1988. But I found this as a kid, but I don't remember the comic. But my favorite part was this like interior cutaway illustration or like kind of diagram of Doc Savage's Fortress of Solitude. This is like goals to have a place like this. This rules. You know, I originally thought I would like go through all this with you guys, kind of, but maybe I've been talking too much already. Student dorms, gymnasium, proficiency training, mission staging levels, tunable short and long wave antenna array. And then it's kind of like zooming in to different parts. Communication shack, pharmacy, supplies, intensive care unit. So cool. Built on like in a glacier. Observatory. Yeah, I don't remember the rest of this comic, but that was a poster growing up for sure. This is a weird looking one. Far West. They had also number 3, but I thought I would just, you know, just controlling myself, like get a random issue rather than both of them. But because, you know, kind of gratuitous, kind of nice cover though. Far West number 4, but the interior looks cool too. It is pretty cool character design for sure. That shit looks pretty bitchin' actually. Who knows? Some weird kind of older maybe 80. This must be like 90s rather, indie stuff. This is a weird one. Check out like how crazy is the coloring and art on this. Like definitely some H.R. Giger inspired. I was thinking I could probably start saying H.R. Giger, and like maybe I'd sound like an idiot, but I would like be able to make somebody else repeat it later and sound like an idiot too. One of those stupid things. Alright, I'm kind of talking too much. This is from Boneyard Press. I don't know who did that art, but pretty wild. Oh wait, there's the signature if that helps anybody. Brutus. Published by Hart D. Fisher. And kind of nice, like, this is like kind of adults only, or like NC-17 rated for like sex and violence. It's even got Mike Diana. We'll take a look at that. I like this like kind of European style though, or it's kind of nice. Who's this? Cover was by Patelis. Redcoat, script by William Harms, art by Wayne Reed. Biffos Blues, Pat Curharty, art by Nelson Danielson, and Mike Diana at the end. There's a bunch I can't show. It's probably too risque. Let's skip to that Mike Diana though, it's just one pager. Just too nutty. Outlaw Nation. They exist on the fringes of society, knowing they don't fit in. They strike out from the shadows to survive. They're not interested in the law. In June 1993, you'll hear their stories, an anthology for the damned and the outcasts. Outlaw Nation. Dark Angel. Ruthless stuff, says Tim Vigil. There are some nice little gruesome moments, says Kelly Jones. Interesting. That's one to look out for, I guess. What the fuck? These titles. Rectum Erectum. Jeffrey Dahmer, the unauthorized biography. Dahmer Zombie Squad. Holy crap. That might be in some bad taste. Jeffrey Dahmer versus Jesus Christ. Signed edition. Dahmer t-shirt. Fetish. More fetish. Stiff. Rough trade. That's what you guys are into. Kill Marvel. Suck My Cock edition. Flowers on the Razor Wire. That's what we got here. Howard Stern versus Rush Limbaugh. Gross. Brandon Lee bio. Boneyard Press. Don't see these too much. It's pretty beat, but it's still cool to find. This is one that I bought because the cover looked cool. I was like, hey man, cool. This is going to be like some cool like skeleton knights or goblins and stuff. Goblin Lord from Goblin Studios. But yeah, unfortunately opening up, it looks like kind of just 90s fodder. I'm not sure, man. Some Zen Intergalactic Ninja looking shit. Some Karl Lagerfeld badass dude with a great ponytail. What is the Rippin' Lansman? That's a Siggy. Not enough goblins, it looks like. So we'll see how that is, man. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, but this is kind of cool to find for $1. I guess these are in like dollar bins nowadays. And I feel like I should probably get them when I see them for $1. Kabuki Volume 1, Circle of Blood, Act 3. Piecing these together, I don't think, like, it just seems like random issues, but, like, I've tried reading this as a kid, like, back when I was reading, like, Lone Wolf Cub and stuff. Oh, yeah, that could be SB playing. And I remember it didn't quite, like, click with me the same. Maybe I should try it again, though. Certainly the layouts and, even just, like, the use of composition, like the amount of black and white and placement is like pretty awesome. There's got to be something to this, man. I think it might have been Alex Turbin that covered this like a year or two ago that got me looking for these again. Yeah, I mean, this looks so solid. Just like flipping through it. How, like, I imagine the writing can't be like so bad that it would be like, oh, I'll discard it. But yeah, they're in kind of buck bins, I guess, nowadays. There's your favorite symbol. favorite thing to carve in your forehead when you black out? I'm talking too much. Kabuki Act 4. These are $1, guys. Get excited. Sorry about all the bad jokes. I can't help it. Just kind of filling the air. Lady Mechanica number 3. Benitez. I hope these are good because sometimes the art is tight. Like, I mean, looking at the cover, it's pretty nice, right? But I mean, Steampunk is like played out. It was played out back in 2010. But like when you actually look at the art, like it's actually really nice. Let's see here. This is a poster. I should just pull this poster out. I almost feel I should. That's real good, man. Like, is this without Google SketchUp or any 3D models or anything at the time as well? I think so. Well, 2022. Maybe not. Could be some SketchUp or something. Anyways, I'm trying to see if I could put together a second set of Preacher for like $1, mostly. Probably the low numbers. I would have to pay more, but it's kind of coming along. Preacher number 51. This was kind of cool. It was just a cover by Robert E. Howard, Savage Sword. But looking inside, it actually has some cool creators. Carrie Nord, the cover, featuring Tony DeZuniga, David Lapham, Sean Phillips. Yeah, let's just flip through a little bit. It's hard to do with one hand, but pretty cool. Written by David Lapham, this one. I haven't read this yet, but interesting premise. Have that guy do something. The art looks pretty solid throughout this as well. But I definitely want to show you some of the DeZuniga and Sean Phillips, because Sean Phillips's art in here is actually like painted. Let's take a look at that quick. Not an insane read though. It's only like a full 6-page story or something. So, but the painting is cool. Let's get to the monsters, skeletons. Oh, maybe there's like 8 pages actually here. Or, yeah, there's that painted monster. Not bad character design for sure. Shades of the Thing, maybe a little bit. Okay, but let's see the Zuniga. Because that stuff is pretty far out. Yeah, this looks pretty nice. Those 70s kind of colors, almost like black light or velvet paintings. I like the choices of where to like break the borders and stuff too. There's just a couple. Where is it? Yeah, this is like getting pretty far out. That's pretty groovy. I know there's just 1 or 2 pages I wanted to show for sure. Kind of watercolor or airbrush maybe. I think there's a sex scene that was like pretty wild. Yeah, this is some nice stuff too. Yeah, we just stop for a minute or 2 here and there. Yeah, gets rad effects here. Some nice composition and the color choices too. Real neato. Sorry if my composure in this is like not the best. I'm like losing so much. I have like no time in life or anything at all. Like hardly time to sleep or eat or do anything. Everything's so crazy right now. Yeah, I gotta like run to do this video. So that's my excuse. Okay, Solomon Kane number 2. Jones, Aradol, and Jackson with a Guy Davis cover. Yeah, a lot of these Dark Horse comics, Solomon Kane, have been pretty fun actually to read. Like I've read the Marvel ones and a bunch of these Solomon Kane. I read like the latest one, was it from Titan? But yeah, these Dark Horse ones seem to be my favorite so far. Okay, this is one of the winners, dude. This is one of the picks of the month. And I know I'm a little bit late to this, but I've heard it never looked like my style. Um, I've just heard like a couple people, maybe it was like Thinking Critical or Comics Elite, recommend this, and like I don't always agree with it. Like we seem to kind of check out the same kind of things, but we don't always agree on like what's good or bad. But that's kind of good. I like that about like the comic scene, is like we kind of like don't have to. It's not the end of the world when we disagree on stuff. It's still pretty fun. But this fucking rules. Stray Dogs. I got the Free Comic Book Day old reprint of #1 last month, and I read it and I was like, holy shit. And then this issue 2 didn't disappoint. Holy fucking shit, man. This is insane. It's insanely good. It's so creepy too. It's like it looks like it's for like young adults or something. I don't want to shit on Beneath the Trees, because that didn't really do anything for me. I know I've like mentioned that a couple times, but this seems to be like kind of what that should have been doing for me, where it seems like creepy and more intelligent. Like it's more I feel more of like an existential connection too. Like, you know how maybe the Hannibal Lecter Silence of the Lambs stuff, you can kind of like connect with it on like more personal or emotional. I don't know, it's more, it feels like almost more mythical, or more, it has like more resonance or something. That's kind of like this too. Speaking of Muppet Babies, it's like you're seeing this horrific, like these poor animals. They're like beautiful, like little cute Disney type animals, but the things around them that you piece together by reading it, it's hard. It's actually like so chilling and heartbreaking, and not like an amusing, like, oh, it's cute. It's cute that has this style, but then no, it's not cute. It's actually like fucking chilling and heartbreaking, man. It's really actually moving too. It's fucking unbelievable. I can't believe how good this is. I don't know what the other issues are like. I know I'm behind, but I don't know what to even say more than that, is that this is just fucking unreal. One of the best things I've read in a super long time. Like, unless it like drops the ball, these are so crazy, man. Like, just these chapters told from just little vignettes, the point of view of these like abducted dogs. Holy shit. Get this. If you see it, like, okay, so it just so happened that I got that reprint of issue #1 at that Free Comic Book Day, like in the old kind of giveaways. And then this is issue 2. This is the only issue they had there. They had a bunch of these, but these, it seems like they stand alone. Maybe you can just like read them at any point. It seems like it jumps around in the timelines and stuff too. And it's kind of friendly. Like you can kind of like, you piece it together. And these poor dogs can't. Like, you can only piece it together yourself in the macro view. It's unreal, man. It's so fucking good. I don't know if later it continues to be so good, but at least these first 2 issues are unbelievable. Yeah, so a high recommend. Jim Valentino, my favorite book of the year. The only thing better than the crisp writing and engaging story is wonderful art. Some other quotes, I guess. A terrific debut like Disney meets Psycho, Robert Bloch. Something that takes elements that should not work together and by force of great storytelling makes them do so in the most twisted, fantastic way. Kieran Gillen. Stray Dogs manages to somehow be a convincing collision between 101 Dalmatians and Criminal. Noir, charming, and a really great take on a quasi-real dog psychology. What year is this? 2022? Yeah, so I'm way late, but I'll be looking for more of these. Holy crap. I don't know. Feel free to let me know if this not as good later, but just please don't give me spoilers. But so far, this is like one of the things I'm most excited to look for more. And it doesn't even look like, this is never my style of art, but I definitely appreciated the Disney style art is actually like incredibly well done as well, and not relying on like the gimmick of that. Like, yeah, it's just everything is kind of transcends the the sum of the parts or whatever, if you will. It seems, anyways. I'm saying all this based on 2 issues. I'm gushing a little bit, but it's pretty amazing from those first 2 anyway. Okay, some like Joe Kubert Tarzan, maybe 240. He has a bunch of these in his $2 bin. I think a lot of them are Joe Kubert, but this one I think is like different interior actually. It's kind of hard to tell. Okay, this was from the dollar bin. There's nothing there, number one. I'm always getting Maria Lovett stuff lately, and I'm actually really liking it. And this is by Patrick Kinlan, who also wrote Gehenna and is currently writing Tigris Island. And yeah, I've been digging his stuff. So cool to find. And it looks like this has, like, Gehenna and Tigris Island, they kind of tease, like, the sexiness. But this, like, the first half I can't even show you because it's just, like, unbelievable smut. And it's Maria Lovett, too, so... Yeah, I haven't read this yet, but it's got to be crazy. So look at the style of art. I mean, like, this kind of get at what you're getting, the quality. Pretty awesome. Yeah, I'm really quickly becoming a fan of this chick, Maria Lovett. And Patrick Kinlan, too. Seems to be doing some cool stuff lately, so interesting to see. Of course, like, the if I like this, the problem is going to be finding other issues, so right. Okay, so this batch of $1 comics, I imagine they might have bought the remaining stock of the $1 comics from 204, because these are like the issues of Trouble with Girls that I was missing from like that big haul, and that was before I knew about the problematic, if you will. I hesitate to ever use that word, but in this case, nature of one of the creators. But I still just like, I'll just put the run together and see about it at that point. Of like, fuck it, I don't even know, man. Trouble with Girls, number 14. That's rough, man. At least it's collaborative effort, though. Number 15. In for a penny, in for a pound. I have to commit to, like, what am I going to do? Not put the run together? Number 16. Excuses. I don't even know what to say. But we'll check those out, I guess. Vampire Bane, Lord of the Night. I'm a sucker for a dumbass looking cover like this, but sadly the interior is not cool or fun. It's like pretty fucking lame. Okay, this is pretty good though. World of Darkness, number 1. I know we used to, we were into D&D. We would make fun of the World of Darkness goths growing up, but this comic's actually like pretty good. This is my second copy. Jim Zub, Tim Seeley. Yeah, I remember reading this. Is actually like, I want to find more of these. This is one of those things where like, this is what I'm looking for. Taking chances on a random book where I read it and I'm like, hey, damn, I want to like read more. I want to find out what happens. And it's not just from like, I wish I knew what happened. I need to know, but it's actually like pretty enjoyable. Yeah, some of the World of Darkness I played a little bit with some friends once upon a time, and it was cool. Actually, how dark the world is. Well, we were playing Changeling, and it was like, yeah, the world is like, there are like not a lot of happy endings and stuff. It's just dark. Okay, Babs. This is from Amigo Press, is it? Or no, sorry, Ahoy Comics. What else do they do? Yeah, I guess another 204 price tag. So maybe they bought a bunch of. This is a nice sketch cover. A little bit like dirty or something, or scuffed or something. Maybe foxing from a comic pressing against it, but so this is Garth Ennis and Jason Burrows doing kind of like a take on like a Red Sonja type of world, and kind of comedic and like more hyper violent, and it's okay. It has its highs and lows for me, but not bad. I mean, it's pretty enjoyable. But then I don't like how Garth Ennis like try to do the commentary on like different subcultures nowadays. It almost seems like, are you like an old person who gets their news from Facebook or something? Not to hate, still a god. I would never say that to his face. He'd kick my ass. I deserve it too. But yeah, I was getting that a little bit. I'm like, come on. It would be good without that stuff. But anyway, whatever. Oh yeah, Ahoy Comics. That's Babs number 1, and then the other issue they had was number 3. Pretty enjoyable, but not, I probably won't keep them. Alright, that does it for the flea market stuff. You know what? It's always like, it's 45 minutes. It's like not quite long, but not quite a short video. Should I continue on to new releases? Yeah, I mean, because when am I going to get the chance again? And if I split it, nobody's gonna watch a new releases video. Please stick around. And or if you liked it, I know it was, my temperament at the moment might not be the most smooth, but if you did like the video, please like now, in case you don't like new releases. But please stick around as well. I swear there's some interesting stuff to talk about at least. Oh yeah, there's one really awesome thing too, for sure. At least one. All right, let's go. Oh yeah, at Mighty Comics, like my home base, LCS, the free comic book day stuff is like still out, as well as stuff from previous free comic book days. And there's also like a big stack of like old and new promotional stuff. This is a huge poster for the new Deadman series. Yeah, again mentioned that it's by like the Ice Cream Man team, which is interesting. I only read a couple issues of Ice Cream Man because I like never see it, but it seemed all right. We'll see how it goes. I really hope that it's cool. It would be such a bummer if the new Deadman series is not good. Like we're gonna have to be like getting it and talking shit on it. Either way, but we're gonna be talking about it. Let's get it. We will be getting that. Some of the homies too. I hope to hear what you guys think and follow it. If so, yeah, like looking at this cover A, I think for issue 1 in big size, it looks pretty good. Found this poster for the new Fury of Firestorm series as well. It's a big boy too. There's like 8 comic size pages or something. Been enjoying this too. We'll get to this quickly. Poster for Headlopper. Yeah, I was like, is there any limit? And he's like, no, just take as many as you want. Like, nobody else is taking them. Hey, here's In Your Skin. I know some of you guys probably want this. Is this a low take cover? I can't tell upside down. It might not be. But here's that Headlopper. Here's a Zatanna poster from... Is this the older one? Is this the like previous series? No, this is Next Level, so this is the new one coming out. But it's not like a Adam Hughes or anything, but still pretty nice. Is this the regular art team? There's the Tootsies for some of you folks out there into that. Yuck. IDW Crime. Got some crime stuff coming out. Only a couple of these seem good. 7 Wives seems like stupid. I just hope that like some of these things like Estuary or Excommunicated or what's the other one out? Fucking Nectar or this 7 Wives is it just gonna be like religious people's bad and dumb? Is that like what's gonna happen? I hope not. I hope there's like a interesting swerve, but so far those series like it doesn't. Estuary seems all right so far. This Fixation one looks pretty good. Yeah, 7 Wives. I'm not sure. There's not. It's one of those things where it's like what the only thing keeping you. Some of these series, the only thing like keeping you going is like, well, I hope it goes somewhere. There's nothing really like enticing me about it so far. But maybe I'll, the sunken cost fallacy. I gotta get the next issue, or else I got these first 1 or 2 for no point, no reason. Fuck all that shit. This Fixation one looks kind of alright. Or was it? No, is the fucking this one? Is it? Yeah, what's this called? Killer Influences. This one seems kind of maybe interesting. This one seems alright. I can't remember right now to go into further detail, but I remember being like, yeah, that seems alright though. It doesn't matter what I say, but okay, and some more free comic book day stuff that was lying around that I think I didn't get previously. Flash Gordon. Terror Bites. Voyeur. Oh yeah, this one seemed cool too. He's like a thief or a heist man, and he's like hacked into this surveillance shit, and he's kind of like falling in love with this chick, seeing that she's like maybe even like kind of suicidal or something. A wank while he's just looking at her cry. Hell yeah. Okay. But yeah, interesting. Shades of Idoru, maybe. And the American Caper Ashcan, which is a little bit old, but get an extra copy. Why not? IDW Dark. This must be like from last year or something. Event Horizon and Twilight Zone. We all know about that. Wait a minute. What the fuck? Okay, yeah. I've seen that. Okay, moving on. Okay, always got to suss out the just-in used or secondhand stuff that just came in. Always manage to sniff it out there somehow. Get like a crack at it. Some Adam Warren Gen 13. I'm just kind of grabbing Adam Warren stuff anytime I see it. I can't even remember what I paid for these, but I think this whole stack was like $20 for like 6 comics or something. Yeah. Hellboy, The Island, issue number 2. There's issue number 1 there also, but I already had it, so let's get that. I didn't have this one yet. Mignola and Corbin, Macoma, Hellboy, part 1 and part 2 of 2. That's definitely like high on the to read stack. You know, love what's it called? Crooked Man. Okay, cool to see Tony Millionaire. As I've said, I like never see Tony Millionaire secondhand available. But I'll always get it. Volume 4, number 1. I want to say, like, I think he must use a lot of like life reference. Like, I imagine that he kind of just wants to draw things maybe around him and then use them in a story. Like, it certainly seems that he must have a model of the sock monkey itself, just drawing it from like different angles. I'm just enjoying drawing like these kind of like would these be homes built around like the year 1900 or so, early 1900s? Does he live in like New England, or these style homes are like around here close to the rivers in like 1800s to 1900s? But the beaches, it makes me think maybe he lives in like, where would that be? Oh shit. Yeah, they start to get attacked by the Oceanic Society. A bunch of like sea creatures are attacking them. I do enjoy these very much. To each their own though. But I swear, I vouch for this guy. 1000%. And here's some of that pesky poetry again. Raging waves of the sea, foaming out their own shame. Wandering stars, to whom is reserved the blackness of darkness forever. That's just Portishead, isn't it? See, I can be smart too. I can be smart too. I can be smart too. But I guess it turns out I went to like listen to that. I'm like, I haven't heard that song in a minute. But of course the top comic or comment. You know, how do the algorithm even knows how to fucking inform us on these things? Is like the top comment is like, it's actually a quote from the Bible, the book of Jude, apparently. But yeah, still that high flute and drunk. But yeah, I do love this stuff. I guess there's a comic here drawn by a kid too, a sock monkey comic drawn by a kid. Haven't read that yet though. Damn, this merch. Fuck, that rules. This is when Dark Horse was like great era. I'm not too familiar with the era now. Yeah, I guess he okay. Yeah, I guess he does have like a reference. There's inches in that little seahorse. Okay, this an issue of Tim Sale Solo. That solo series, kind of just reprinting weird little short stories by a creator. Yeah, cool. Haven't read it yet, but looking forward to it. Okay, we're getting to the new releases now. Just stick around, please. I beg you. Just please stick around. There's some good stuff coming up. I promise. Come on, stick around. I'll love you a long time. American Caper number 7. This finally got me back on board because last issue sucked ass. But finally getting back to it, like less silly in this one, more grounded, kind of good crime. Yeah. Back on board, just like that. It's like a bit like a roller coaster. Gonna keep me interested, keep me on board. I wonder how long is this. You know what? I think I tried to look on the FOCs like ahead of time how many issues are slated, but it's only slated to like issue number 8 so far, I think. So it's hard to know. Okay, these like fake ads. It's amazing even the choice of font and everything. So like spot on. And you could tell these like the same writers who would write like the fake radio ads and even like websites and like billboards and shit for GTA. Like it's totally the same. I mean, I guess they were the head writers rather, but it's so much like that. It's so much like that vibe. These are actually like pretty well done. They're pretty fun to read actually. Like if you like listening to the soundtracks of like Vice City or San Andreas or any of them with like the stupid radio spots and talk radio and stuff. Yeah, still on board, man. We're gonna see where this goes, man. Blade Runner Tokyo Nexus, To Lose Is to Win, #1. I have yet to read the preceding Tokyo Nexus, so that's on the to-do list. Nice Danny cover though. The trade dressless Virgin variant is also the same price, but I kind of liked it with the trade dress. Please forgive me. Okay, Super Creepshow with the homage cover. This seems like a pretty safe bet getting these homage covers, right? But then again, like I was saying in a comment, is they like looking through FOCs now. I miss looking through the big thick ass previews catalog because the amount of choice is actually like much smaller than back in the day, being able to see more choices for indie stuff especially. So sometimes it's like, oh yeah, I'll get this, is like nobody else will have it, but probably we're all like the pool that we're all getting from is much smaller than it used to be. So yeah, just trying these out though. Just want to like keep trying horror anthologies. This was okay. It didn't really like, I don't know what the fuck they're referencing in these ones. Like the other ones you could tell they're referencing like Spider-Man and stuff, but is this like maybe Thor? This is Heron, the guy who's doing like Headlopper and Death Fight Forever. But I have no idea what the hell he's like, what this is supposed to be spoofing. I think the second one is kind of spoofing like Aquaman and Submariner. This might be interesting, this new Wolfman series by Joshua Williamson. Did order one of those, issue 1. This art is pretty nice actually. This art and coloring. Some guys I don't really know. Yeah, I don't, a lot of the time with these anthologies, I don't know what the point is. Like, they're so stupid. There's no point to reading these. In comparison, is it the same with like reading old ECs? I feel more satisfied even reading old ECs, but maybe there is no point to reading those as well. But yeah, a lot of the time I'm like, okay, you're just like these ideas that you don't care about. You didn't like feel they were fitting to develop into like a full story for yourself, so you just throw them away. Or, I don't know. Maybe I just don't get it. Still got to try the horror anthologies though, but probably not a keeper, that one. I think there's only one issue of Super Creepshow I'm going to keep that I enjoyed more, like enough to like maybe reread later. Okay, a bit of like checking out, what's the shit called? Like a license, because Dead by Daylight. There's another safe bet. There's an NSFW cover. It wasn't too expensive. Dead by Daylight 5, issue #2. Because I was like, let me just randomly check out. It's called The Hillbilly also. But this is pretty like well crafted actually. Kind of crime zombie story. And I was like, damn it. Oh yeah, I like the old fashioned coloring, using like points of color too. I don't know how they did that. But actually I was like dipping my toe in. I kind of regret it. I was like, damn, I kind of would like to know more about this. Not enough that I'll like seek it out though, but I feel like if I see some used issues or trade paperback, I would get it. Like if it was like cheap or something. Yeah, this seems like pretty solid, pretty decent actually. So if anybody's curious, some zombie hogs, I guess, there too. Yeah, this is all like the art and the storytelling and the writing is all like quite solid enough, quite decent. So yeah. Okay, now for something that I do enjoy quite a bit. Death Fight Forever #3. A new artist on this one. Still moving along. Yeah, this groovy kind of retro style. The previous artists like Alexis Zirrit though had like kind of more like funny little Easter eggs and jokes and stuff. Like there's one part where the guy's desk is made out of like fucking speakers and turntable and stuff like that. It's just like dumb stuff that you could tell he's kind of like cartooning as he's going along and putting in funny, cool shit everywhere. This one is a little more like straightforward, this artist, it seems. Not bad though, not bad. But not to shit on, I'm like, it's perfectly good. But I do enjoy the artist on number 4 a little better. Let's get to that. I think there's only one issue left of this. Like, this is more kicking it into another gear. Let's just take a quick look. So it was Sam Mackenzie previously. Not bad though, but just like Alexis Zerrett is fucking awesome. Oh no, this is Al Golfa. It was Al Golfa previously. No, this one's Sam Mackenzie. Okay. Yeah, I like this Sam Mackenzie, it seems. Yeah, this is pretty good. It kind of reminds me of like some retro cartooning, or even like kind of Mobius-y with the color palette. Just kind of like an alien kind of world where you can see it's kind of like there's crumbling and cracks in the walls, even though it's this weird like fantasy world and stuff. Or that what's that old cartoon? Fuck, I forget what it's called, man. Maybe it's like a National Film Board cartoon where it's like that advertisement and shit for shaving or something. I fucking forget. Yeah, these color palettes are super. For the buildings and stuff too, they kind of make you think of that like Arzak or Man from Siguri type world. This guy kind of looks like the Holy Mountain. This art is pretty nice. Yeah, this is fun. This is just good dumb fun, but like not retarded either. Like a lot of stuff that tries to be smart is much dumber. This is like good stuff. Good to if you're there's no like pretense to it. It's just like it's fun. Number 5 of 5, the Ultimate issue coming June 24th. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll just like anything Alexis Zerrett is going for. Blacklight posters too. They're selling. That rules. Okay, last month, Fury of Ice Realm number 1 was like one of my favorites of the month. Number 2 continues on. And I'm glad at least like what I was going into this, my biggest fear is don't turn him good yet. Don't turn him good too fast. not to spoil it. Okay, Rafael de la Torre able to like switch between the retro and modern, chilling kind of like good guy and like stark horror art styles, different art styles for going through stages of the past and present. This is kind of like the origin issue, so more of like a story issue. It didn't like the first issue was like fucking kicking ass. There's some nice art here too, but this is more like a story. So we'll see what happens, and then of course we get a cliffhanger on the end page, which I won't show. Yeah, this one moved pretty fast. Almost read like a manga or like a modern comic where you're like, oh shit, I'm gonna be able to like power through these in like a 4 or 6 issue story arcs. Got an extra copy of the A cover number 1. Keep it minty for a homie if he doesn't have it already. I'm pretty sure there's a friend that might want that. It's here for him if he wants it. Shit. Okay. Before that, Green Arrow number 22. I wasn't too like down on like number 21 was all right, but number 22 seems to get back into it. It's more groovy again, more of that feeling, more of it being like kind of well done. This is all good. It's Williamson and Moana, right? Yeah, I'm gonna see what happens. Like I said, I hope that the Energon aspect doesn't like take too much precedent or like kind of like take away from all the characters and stuff. Like I kind of like it just driven by like the Joes and Cobra, rather than I hope it's not driven by Energon too much. I know all this like the universe is kind of like coming to a head and like connecting more, but this one seemed more to like get back down to the ground level. Like feel more like you're with those like characters in that setting or in that battle, rather than like, you know, it kind of gets lost when, say, if it's Star Wars, where it's like there's a million fucking spacecraft and the fate of the whole universe is at stake. It's kind of nicer when it's just like you care about like the characters you're with or something, and like the goal that they have, rather than like, oh yeah, the whole universe, blah blah. Know what I mean? Okay, Absolute Green Arrow number 1. Was looking forward to this because I do like Green Arrow. It's one of my, as a child, I liked Green Arrow. But yeah, I don't know which way to go with this. I feel like there's a swerve happening. At least I hope so, because it kind of seems like a lot of this is like rich people bad, poor people good, and downtrodden and oppressed, which is, there's some truth to that, but I think like taking that um as a universal law and motivation, and like the only like truth is like fucking um it's not, there isn't a lot you could do with that, or like it's not, it's like an oversimplification. It's almost like stereotyping rich people is like, you may as well be stereotyping like a fucking color or something, it's kind of like a silly mindset to be trapped in. Although like, corporations are, the thing I like about the Green Arrow, or say like somebody like The Question, is like, even though they're kind of like leftists and stuff, whatever. But they do tackle more like government or institutional or corporate like a corruption, rather than, that was always like the beef with Batman or something, is that he tackles the symptoms of a sick society rather than the like underlying factors. But I just hope they don't, it's almost like looking for like a scapegoat or something when it comes to that, taking that too far. It's almost like a silly unreality to appease like a something that's like untrue, like a word sick, kind of like us or them, like what's the other, like destroy the other, you know what I mean? Maybe it's hard to explain, but it seems like whoever wrote this is like, seems pretty intelligent though, but that this first issue did seem pretty heavy with that, like maybe like overly so. But that might be a swerve though. I'm hoping that there is more to it than that when all's said and done. We're gonna see. Yeah, the art's cool though too. I know we usually talk about writing primarily, but yeah, I'm gonna stick with it because I love Green Arrow. But I hope I'm not disappointed. I hope it doesn't do the usual thing of like the path of least resistance to like common denomination dumbness or something. You know what I mean? Art should kind of transcend the stupidity, or like the norm, the normie kind of shit or whatever. Here's the Lotte cover. So hopefully, but who knows? I mean, what would you even, they would be doing better than I certainly could, or like anything I could state or something. So hopefully, I would love it if it surprises me rather than, it does seem like intelligent enough, but maybe, who knows? We'll see what happens. Hank Howard's Slice of Life. We went over this last time, but this was the extra variant that he had there for me. Yeah, I really enjoy this. It's really fun. Okay, Jubilee, girl, you looking real grown there, girl. You're looking all grown. You're looking all grown up now, baby. Okay, sorry guys. She was older than me when I was growing up. Look at this. Okay, Marvel Voices celebrating Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. We don't care about this stuff. I heard that this makes me scared to read this. Don't try to get us involved in this little game. We don't want to play this game. We're too busy making money. You leave me alone now. I gotta go make money. I don't play that game. I heard this is about like fucking take your shoes off when you're in the house and shit. I'm scared to read it, man. I'm scared to read it. Okay, if you want to have representation of us, let me turn this. I'm gonna turn this into a bootleg body pillow. Okay, make money. I pay no royalty. This is the best Jubilee's ever looked though. But apparently some people don't like this cover because like her glasses aren't on her ears or something too. But I got this because of the cover. I mean, I'm scared to read the interior because a lot of Marvel shit is like, this is probably, I don't know, man. I'm scared, man. We'll see, because the cover is just nice. So she's looking good. You looking right for me, girl. All right, I'm sorry, guys. Okay, Killswitch, kind of sci-fi in the tradition, or like Ghost in the Shell or Blade Runner. When you die, you can kind of like upload like the you know how in Ghost of the Shell they're like connected to like the net or whatever, right? So they've kind of hacked it that they can like upload the consciousness into like another body whenever they die. And this seems very, I mean, this, like looking at this now, this must be like photo reference of Scarlett Johansson, Ghost of the Shell, and this must be a photo reference of Gosling Blade Runner 2049, and like there's vehicles in here that look like Sid Mead, but this actually seems pretty good so far. I mean, I had like I thought it was a pretty good premise. That's why I took a chance on it. Yeah, that's totally a Sid Mead fucking car in the future. And yeah, in the Blade Runner, even the colors is like it's just constantly raining and shit. And then Blade Runner. Yeah, this seems kind of good. Who knows? But yeah, he wakes up in this like the cops get him. He wakes up in this new body, and he's like, "What the fuck?" He kind of like has these almost like Memento where he like writes down, concentrates on these words to try and like remember his like identity. Like you can see when he's getting killed by the police, he's like just concentrating on these certain words that are like kind of anchors. There's some pretty neat stuff in here. Yeah, the art's cool too. Who did this? Yeah, I'll probably check out issue 2 at least. There was like nothing wrong with it. Aside from like usually the heavy this is so heavy like biting reference, man, but it's like actually creative enough that it's not like just nostalgia berries or biting. Like it's actually a new kind of like idea or something. Gotta read some new cyberpunk when I'll give it a chance. It actually seems pretty decent. So Sophia Banks, written by Sophia Banks and Don Handfield, illustration by Gabo Ibarra, colors by Farah Nurmalitsa. Yeah, not bad. Gonna check that out more. All right, man. I said I wouldn't, but I did. Fucking idiot that I am. Because he's like, I'll sell you this. Come on. I know you're off board. And I'm like, I think comics, like, again, shout out, they check out stuff like I do, and then we don't always agree on stuff, but we kind of like gravitate to the same stuff. I was telling you that Nectar issue number 2 sucked ass, and it really did. But they were saying, you know what? Just get on board with it. It's actually like stupid on purpose. It's like a B movie. Just get on board with it. I'll skip the. I can't show the NSFW cover, but it is pretty nice. If only the interiors were as cool as the fucking covers. It seems like dog shit, man. It seems like ridiculously stupid. Like yeah, they're saying, I don't know, that you can like just enjoy it. That is how stupid it is, but I don't know if they're trying to be this stupid on purpose, guys. I think it's just actually just dog shit. This just seems like garbage. Yeah, so Jeremy Robinson. The art isn't bad, but holy shit. I don't know. If you're making it so bad on purpose, then you're doing a good job. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think so, man. Skip it. Don't get. I shouldn't have fucking done this. I should have listened to my instinct, man. I should have listened to my second mind, like the fucking blues songs say. You know, learn to trust your fucking instinct. It's like a muscle to get in tune with your instinct. Like, learn to fucking be in harmony with that shit, I think. Okay, but this one, I tried this out, Skyclad. Cause I was like, yeah, it's pretty cheap to get the NSFW cover. I don't know, it wasn't actually that cheap, but I was like, it looks pretty good. The art in here is actually awesome, and the writing is pretty good too. This actually seems like, you know, when you read Dynamite comics, okay, I can actually show this because it actually doesn't have like nipples or vag or anything. So algorithm, just let it be known that this is actually SFW. But look at how good the art and like layouts and everything are, and the writing was actually pretty decent too, man. And decent Easter eggs. I mean, there's obviously like when you read it, it's Crowley hinting at. She's just like an occultist kind of pagan avatar or something. And it kind of reads like if Dynamite Comics had actually like decent art and writing on the inside. Like it's like not as groundbreaking, or as like, it's not gonna fucking like do a lot for you, but it's like for what it is, for what that kind of shit tries to be, like a good bad girl, decent enough like dark horror occult sexy story. with like enough, maybe enough like kind of knowledge of that stuff, or like, yeah, this if Dynamite Comics, like this is like the basic like thought or conclusion that I came to is like if Dynamite Comics were this good, then they would kind of be what they're supposed to be. Yeah, kind of cool monster there too. I liked it. I would find more of these if possible. David Campiti, Marianne Evans, Michael Dutkiewicz. Yeah, Dutkiewicz kind of the star too, but the writer's not dropping the ball either. So Skyclad from Keenspot, surprisingly, not bad. TMNT Journeys number 9. I'm not caught up on this. I'm sorry. I had misplaced my issue number 7, and I only just found it, so I'm gonna catch up on those. Tigress Island number 3 continues to be pretty fun. I'm sticking around for this. You know, even the retro, like the choice of font and colors, trade dress is so super like 70s exploitation, like behind the counter VHS. But there isn't really like TNA in it, if that's what you're looking for. They got me, man. They tricked me. But I'm still like sticking around with it enough. If this is your kind of thing, if you kind of like it, I'm looking forward more so to Gehenna probably. Okay, this is the preview of the NSFW cover. Where is that? Right there. So always got to get those. Did get that. And like I was like, I'll put together extra sets too. Probably don't like. If there's one cover I don't like, you know, I don't know. I'm kind of an idiot. Sometimes you go there and there's like nothing to get one week, so it's like, oh, let me get a bunch of stuff. Like this was lying around, and when I saw this solicited, I was like, damn it, I kind of want that. Because I figure I'll try to get Transformers or Void Rivals when it has characters I like on the covers, maybe piece it together that way. Kind of want to get caught up. Maybe I should just pirate though. Maybe it's stupid, but I actually got these all like really cheap. He gave me like a wicked deal actually. Transformers number 11 with RC and Ellie, I think, on it there. And here's the cool Shockwave cover for number 32. He put this aside for me. I don't know. There's no point in reading these. You have to be familiar with all the lore of Vampirella. You can tell by the alphabetical too that we're getting to the end, but there's something really awesome coming up at the end, guys. Stick around. But this is UV, like blacklight posters, kind of glow in the darkish. They're kind of alright, but mostly it's just where you see the highlights glow and highlight. So I don't know if it depends more on the strength of your blacklight that you'd have like even better results, but it's not crazy. I think maybe these are only best to get when the cover is even awesome without the blacklight aspect, and then it just like adds something to it, if that's your thing. Yeah, again, just when these have the characters, Springer was always the one I was looking for. One of my favorite guys from the movie. Number 24 for Void Rivals, and the Quintessons kick-ass too. Number 25. I want to see what's going on with the Quintessons. Quintesson War. Might check it out. I think Dan Elson, you were saying that you're not really digging this at this point though, right? Are these Sharkticons? I always thought they might be the Piranhacons, but I think it's kind of flipped. But these guys roll too. What great design, man. There's something so good about drawing nature like R-Type Delta style and like making it mechanical. That's something always like really fun to do. Kind of like twisting, putting a twist on it, fiddling with the aspects. Great design on the Piranhacons or Sharkticons. Okay, getting to some cool stuff here. Trade paperbacks. Oh, my bad. Oh shit. I didn't mean to swerve. I missed the a couple magazines first. I'm not trying to swerve. These are cool too. Action. So Battle and Action were like 70s, like kind of almost banned combat based magazines. It's being kind of helped curated by like Garth Ennis nowadays, but it was Pat Mills back then. I don't know. I'm just kind of piecing it together based on reading some of the articles in here. Slightly. And I seen that they got the baddies when Garth Ennis is writing the baddies, you know that he's not gonna fuck around. That it's gonna be like pretty interesting. Hellman, Winter's Tale, German Tank Commander, or something like that. Usually when Ennis does war, it's fucking not fucking around. So we'll see about that. This is about like fucking soccer hooligans or rowdy soccer guys or something, man. Weird. I'm not familiar with any of this. I think there's like a whole lore to these. Let's kick it fucking ref in the nuts there. Yeah, I haven't read this yet. I'm waiting. Fucking my like none of the weed stores here carry the fucking. There's weed soft drinks I like. All right. That are like Coca-Cola or root beer or cherry cola or vanilla cola, but now they've all run out until it's like zero sugar fucking grape soda or like zero sugar orange cream soda, and that shit tastes like horrible. So not to be dependent on drugs, but some of these things I'm like, I want to like fucking drink a weed soda before getting into these. Sorry about that. It's different for everybody, but I guess I haven't had the time, but because it's so foreign to me. It's so weird. It's like being on a whole different kind of fiction. Okay, Vampirus Carmilla. These continue to be very fun and very groovy, very surprisingly so. Artie Godwin. Who else we got? The usual suspects. Nick Polivko, Reno Maniqui, Santos Zabayos. Covered by Frank Frazetta, of course. Don Glute, Artie Godwin. So, yeah, some of these guys were writing for Warren and even, like, good Charlton horror back then. And the art and everything is so groovy, actually. Man, okay, I'll cover her nipples, but the Reno Maniqui, like, double lighting and his art kicks ass. Yes, you abomination, she's alive and perfect. You are my mistake, but she is my masterpiece. Like, it's always fucking funny, man. These are like old guys with a weird kind of oddball sense of humor that is really funny and entertaining, their writing. And the art is like really, really lush and kick-ass too. All these guys have like a different style, but I really like this. I'm surprised I like these continue to be like some of my favorite gets of the month. Like I'm always like totally fine and entertained with these, and they like, you know, the chicks look hot, the horror is cool, and like what's the shit called? Creative. Everything looks good, and like the writing is funny and doesn't insult your intelligence. Because even though maybe they're like a lot of anthologies, the problem I have is like they can't decide if they're trying to be dumb or smart, but they're also kind of not having fun. Like it's not, you don't feel like these guys, they're kind of having fun with you. It reminds me of like B movies of maybe like Roger Corman or something. Here's that Reno Maniqui, what do you call it? Integrating that Frazetta art, kind of homaging it. But like, yeah, look at this rotting flesh too. Looks good. Like where they're kind of like these old, I don't know, it makes me think of like these like old entertainer guys are just like, yeah, put put a really hot chick, but have her flesh get melted off. That's cool. Something like that. They kind of know where it's at or something, man. Or like the writing's funny too. Let's show a little bit of that dialogue. Some, yeah, this brushwork too. It's like kind of classical, kind of werewolf tearing guts out. Just the skin getting torn like paper there. That's awesome. I just mean like the artisanship of that. Like it kind of reminds me of Joe Kubert or something. The lines. This story, the execution by electric chair just goes wrong, and it just fucking, this guy's like exploding and on fire. Art by Santos. A story by Don Glut, who's like, I think he did not just for Warren, but for Charlton, right? Maybe I'm thinking of Kuti. Maybe both of them did, though. The prison staff moves quickly, efficiently. Hurry, hurry, we can't let him suffer like that. Hit him with a fire extinguisher. Damn, old Sparky never did that before. Must have been a short or crossed wires. If only we didn't have to use that thing. Even looking at it when it's not working gives me the creeps. Take him to the morgue. I wish more cons would just do time, then leave this place and never come back. His ex-girlfriend, oh Sammy. He deserved that, I suppose, but still, cheated the state. Bum lit up like a cigarette. The morgue. Within the hour, as the stench of burnt flesh fills the air of the prison morgue. What a mess, but might as well dig in and get it done. The sooner I finish, the faster I can get home and have a late dinner. Although, frankly, this stiff's not doing much for my appetite. But, he's turned into like a weird, like, kind of lobotomized, like his brain got fried, so he's almost like a zombie walking around committing murders again. He tries to go see his ex-girlfriend. His ex-girlfriend saying, I'll never get over that. The horror. Thinking of all the good times Sam and I shared. To see him die like that? I can't imagine the pain. Yeah, but he does her in. Also, the guy who said he lit up like a cigarette, he gets that guy too. And so forth. There's some, yeah, but it's just like, it does pretty good. This, vampire chick, when she wakes up, Renfield, you ugly toad, I'm up, you know the drill. Of course, Countess Verna, your chair as always is waiting. Make sure it's fully covered, Renfield, before I go out. Wish I could do this myself and not rely on this moron, but there's that mirror thing. You will be beautiful as you once were, but why do you insist on calling me Renfield? You know my name is Hugo. Tradition, nostalgia, reminds me of the old days, before the Count and I split. Yeah, I don't know. It just kind of, I like this kind of 60s, 70s way they have of talking too. At least my ex gave me this castle as part of our settlement. Oh, those early days. What a gloomy, dismal part of the city. Hello, there's a bloke what looks like he's looking good for a good parlor game. Good evening, Gov. Out here by yourself. Perhaps I can solve that problem. Yeah, so she's out on the town. Renfield did her makeup up. Before she goes out, she's like, you better do your daily chores. Feed the rats. And he's like, I'm afraid of these rats. Why you make me feed them and shit? I don't know. It's pretty... Maybe I'm not selling you, but it's fun enough to me. It turns out she didn't realize that Renfield did her up like a clown when she comes up on this guy that she's gonna kind of seduce and then murder to drink his blood. All by your lonesome tonight, like some company. Company? Me? Are you kidding? Ha! I never knew Bozo had such a nice figure. Or should that be Bozette? What? She sort of rubs the makeup off. Renfield, he'll pay for this. For some babes, it's furries, but if clowns are your thing, he'll pay dearly. She runs away. The guy's saying, hey, wait, I can dig clowns. We can still... Panel cuts off there. Yeah, I do enjoy this writing, man. I do enjoy it, and the art. And, going up in flames, of course, too. The nice kind of cartooning of her. She burns up. Okay, but getting to the most awesome stuff. This Hate trade paperback is a great find, because this has the annuals. The annuals seem very hard to find. I've, never seen them in my life, really. I have a couple, but I guess this has, all of them. So this is going to be crazy. This is going to be, fucking full circle, man. Reading all that stuff back in my 20s and then, being able to read it now in completion. It's going to be fucking nuts. But the best, what I wanted to tell you, is Blubber by Gilbert Hernandez. I don't know if this is a re-release or what, but he managed to get a couple of these in. Is it the Fantagraphics website worth looking at for some old stock and shit? But this is absolutely insane, dude. If you say Angry Youth or Shouldn't You Be Working, Johnny Ryan, this is maybe even more demented. Or we saw Mike Diana earlier. This is maybe even more demented, man. And I can't show any of it because it's all explicit, super lowbrow, but super insanely hilarious and demented humor of sex and violence and scatological. It's not simply that. Hernandez has become the medium's David Lynch or Guy Madden, rolling his personal obsessions and freewheeling extractions into stories that present as pulp, then take some very weird turns. The book is clearly intended for creepy incel degenerate losers. 5 out of 5 stars. Highly recommend, says Johnny Ryan. And that's about this. This is absolutely demented, man. But I was fucking I was laughing, my laughing would just escalate and escalate to be I was just in pain, my actual, my throat and stomach and everything, face hurt from laughing. to the point where, like, you know, like an hour later I was still coughing just from my throat getting so raw, like nonstop. If anybody was in the house or around at that time, they would have thought I was actually insane. I don't know if you are as demented, but hopefully if you're on this channel you are at least somewhat demented. This is like, okay, $20 US. This is one of the highest recommends I could possibly give for comedy, but it's a very special brand of, like, if you're kind of nuts, like, you gotta be a little bit batty to, okay, what does this shit say? Shot across the bows of contemporary comics, imagine Jack Kirby's visual imagination applied to the unfettered id of Arcrum, and you have some idea of the relentlessly imaginative and absurdly X-rated vision that lies within the covers of Blubber. Yeah, it's absurdly X-rated. Like, it's just these kind of like abstract animals, like a nature show of like all the shit, like how like fucked up and like I can't I don't know how to explain this. It's nuts. Please get it. If you don't like it, which probably 99.999% of the population wouldn't be able to stomach this, but this is one of the most insane and funny things I've seen in maybe my life, man. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I could only read, like, I've only read a third of it so far because I was in pain from fucking like laughing, like, and like I say, like, it was so unexpected. Whenever you think it's gone like so far, it'll just go even further and more absurd and crazy. Yeah. So this maybe not for everyone. So to those of you that stuck around, because I told you something awesome was coming up, maybe this isn't your thing, but got you anyway, sucker. Stick around. So thanks for doing so. Thanks for watching, guys, and hope to see you again in the next one in the comments, and hope you find, even if it's not your thing, this kind of thing, I hope you find wicked stuff out there that is to your liking. But yeah, if you're even wondering, just find like maybe if you could find like a page or two as a sample or something, if you're wondering, or something. Probably it's not for everybody, but some of you guys, yes, absolutely. This is fucking nuts, man. So goddamn funny. Holy shit. I can't even read this when people are like in a vicinity because I'm gonna laugh like the most insane person laughing you've ever heard in your life. Okay, thanks guys. Happy hunting out there. All right, cheers.